Alan Ochandler is covering that event. Alan, good morning. What more can you tell us?
Well, Ashley, it is the child of the day of the African child being celebrated here in Busia County, specifically Mungatsi Primary School here, where we have different stakeholders really camping here, and we are expecting, of course, more dignitaries. And of course, from the program, we've seen the Chief Justice, Lady Justice Martha Koome, will be making her way here to just grace this particular event. Of course, among other stakeholders here from the concerned and relevant ministries here. But remember that the day is actually themed the rights of a child in a digital environment, because of course the digital environment really exposes them to of course a myriad of environments here, where of course such tender brains are actually quite vulnerable to maybe really being distorted at a younger age. But of course with such celebrations, they're actually aimed at ensuring that their rights are actually safeguarded. But let's just speak to Gilbert Kamang, of course one of the stakeholders here. Maybe just move closer here, Bwana Gilbert. Maybe just tell us from which organization and what these particular day annual celebrations really mean to the African child.
Thank you so much. Yes, I am Gilbert Kamanga, National Director for World Vision here in Kenya. Today is a wonderful day, not for the organizations, but for the African child and the children of Kenya. Today we are here to commemorate the Day of the African Child together with the government as the key custodian of all children in this country, but also as World Vision together with other organizations. We are here to be part of this celebration, reflecting on the rights of the children in the context of a digital world. As we all know that there is the need for children to have access to technology. And World Vision, together with other organizations, we are here to commemorate that day. We are, as World Vision, working in 37 counties in this country, and our focus, among other things, is enabling young people or children in primary schools, in lower high school, to have access to technology for learning. Now, the rights of the children in technology is very important, as we know that we have a huge gap here in Kenya, that the access to technology between the rural and the urban is very big. Therefore, World Vision, we are focusing more in the rural. So we even have our stand here to demonstrate how we are working with children to have access to technology for their own learning. We are also mindful that as technology is advancing, we see that children's rights can be abused by what I call carnivorous mindsets of people. Therefore, we also enable children to be aware that they should not just accept any other intruders into technology which they may have. Some of them have their own personal phones, but also we work with parents to ensure that they don't just allow children to have phones without boundaries. They should be able to educate them, because this is very important, especially now that we have people who want to take advantage of the young people.
Maybe Bwana Gilbert, you're talking about being present in 37 counties, and of course we've actually visited some of those schools where you have model classes to ensure that you actually appraise them in terms of technology. But have you taken that maybe prevention measures to ensure that these gadgets actually encrypted, so that you actually prevent that vulnerability of the children to just access any material that could just maybe distort them at that particular early age?
No, thank you very much. So the learning platforms which we are introducing to schools in the rural communities where we work are specifically designed for content for learning, and they are more of an intranet type of information or type of package, that they are not exposed to any intruders because they are not internet based. They are not web based. They are designed in order for them to just use it for learning an intranet way. They can scan books, add to them, but much more also they can learn how to pronounce some words, but also they can know how to use some passwords and protection. So for this particular program, which we are working with the schools in this country, they are immune to any attack from any external, because they are designed purely for learning purposes and from an intranet point of view.
Nice. Thanks so much. Well, Ashley, Gilbert Kamanga here, the country director for World Vision, one of the stakeholders who actually just ensuring that these particular celebrations here in Busia actually a success here, really talking about their initiative to just bridge the literacy levels, and of course really saying they're actually present in 37 counties here in Kenya. But remember that, as I mentioned earlier, is actually we have a cooperation here between different stakeholders here, and of course the ministries, of course, of the Republic. And so we are expecting that when the function will be starting here, of course, themed the rights of the African child in a digital environment. Remember that they're actually talking about technology, but they're saying that do not depend on the internet, because of course internet is not really foolproof, and so that could actually make them vulnerable to maybe erotic material. But for their gadgets here, and of course from the initiative here, is that the materials here and the gadgets are only meant for knowledge acquisitions. We actually visited some of the schools where such programs are, and of course the literacy levels, and of course the acquisition of the technology knowledge, of course from class grade 1 to around grade 6, where of course those are actually kids with tender brains, where they actually target them to ensure that they impart that particular